Hold on to your butts. These are the Squashbuckler Diaries. Welcome back. My name is Guy Hasson, and you are listening to the Squashbuckler Diaries, the diary of Joy Shelley, the girl who lives in the dream. We are covering her entire life, which is why I need you to hold on to your butts, but very slowly, one step at a time. Season 1 covers ages 2 to 6, where we talk about, where we see what it's like to grow up in the dream, not aware she is in the dream, which may change eventually. It will change. And we learn who Joy is and the building blocks that will make the future heroine. So, this episode is called I Feel a Song Coming On. And I must say, in case you don't know, in case you haven't listened to previous podcasts, Joy is based on my 3 children, which means also on myself. And also my 3 children are based on me. I say children, but I mean daughters. I have 3 daughters, and they are all aspects of Joy, and Joy has aspects of all of them. In these few episodes, like Where Should We Go, which was episode 41, and in this one, I kind of talk about, this thing is an album of their childhood, and an album of their childhood with me and with my wife. And, sometimes I have fun with the kids in ways that annoy the hell out of them. So, I wrote a couple of episodes like that. So, and by the way, this is why I tell you the stories and not, they're not told to you by an actor who can do this better than I can, with a better accent than I can. So, because this is personal to me, and I want it to be personal to you, and I want you to get how personal this is. And I want you to get to know both Joy and me, because we're going to be talking to each other for a long, long time. So, let's begin. Episode 43. I Feel a Song Coming On. Age 4, told by the Red Dragon. Once again, Dragonfather appeared on the stolen pirate ship he calls home, Bonny's Revenge, and Dragon Little was nowhere to be found. Dragonfather entered Dragon Little's cabin. She was asleep in her bed, which was previously the bed of the pirate captain they had stolen the ship from. "Joy," he said softly, "time to wake up." No movement. "Joy," he touched her shoulder. "Wake up." Nothing. "Joy," he raised his voice just a bit. Joy stirred and turned back around. "Joy, time to wake up." After another minute, he was certain Dragon Little had woken up enough. No doubt to save time, he went to the deck and prepared her breakfast. After a few more minutes of waiting, he sighed and went back into the cabin. Dragon Little was still in bed, half awake and not moving. She was wearing her adventure clothes during the day and at night. "All right," he said. I feel a song coming on." "No!" Dragon Little slammed her hands on her ears. "No, Dad, no!" "I do. I feel it coming on." "I can't hear you." And so Dragonfather started the most horrific sound. I do not know what the original tune was, but this seemed mangled intentionally to hurt the ears. "You thought I'm weak, yeah, but I'm stronger. Ah! You thought I'd be broke, yeah, but I'm richer." "Dad!" she shouted. It was truly horrible, and it was loud. "You thought I'd be so sad without you." Dad! Dragonette leapt out of bed and jumped at him. Her hands covered her mouth as her legs closed around his torso. He continued as much as he could with his mouth open. Stop it! Stop it! No fun, no fun. Dad! He raised his hands. All right, he said with his mouth covered. I surrender. Slowly, she removed her hands away from his mouth. Never sing again, he nodded, smiling. I promise. She dropped to the floor and started to put on her shoes. Well, maybe once a month. No, once a year? Never. Once every 10 years? Dad! We'll see, he said as the two exited the cabin onto the deck. Told by the Red Dragon. Tags, Joy, Justin, Bonny's Revenge, music, Beyonce. Oh, there's a tag for Beyonce? Okay. Singing. So, you know what? There's so much to tell about this, and yet there isn't. So, this will come back to haunt us. And as I've said in a previous podcast, music is going to play a really big role in Joy's life when she's a teenager. Right now, I'm making sure she gets no exposure to music, and Justin can't bloody sing. I surprised myself with how badly I sung this one on purpose, but seriously, this was another level. And this reminds me, let me tell you a personal story. Back when I was 17, I was born in Israel, moved to the United States, came back to finish my high school here after a few years, and basically I was dropped into a society where I didn't know the songs, didn't know the music, and there was like a show the high school put on, and there was no rehearsal for some reason, and I had to go with like 3 other people from class and stand on stage singing a song I've never heard before. Now, I was too ashamed to say I've never heard it. And, we got the words on a page, and they started singing, and I started singing with them, but I've never heard the song before, so I just made up music. After the show, people came to me and said, maybe you shouldn't sing. That was terrible. Maybe you should never sing. And I was still afraid to tell them, I don't know what song this is. I've never heard the music. Not that I would have been good, but I might have been better than that. Anyway, I probably sounded like Justin did now, because that did not sound like Beyonce. Anyway, thank you for listening. This was episode 43 of the Squashbuckler Diaries podcast, and we are learning something new about Joy and Justin every day. Join us tomorrow for episode 44 called Jumping into Ashes. And now, the credits. The Squashbuckler Diaries are written and read by me, Guy Hasson. If you want to know more about the Squashbuckler Diaries, check out the website, GuyHasson.com, which is GUYHASSON.com. The theme music is called Brash Gentleman and is by Thomas Herudek. I will talk to you again tomorrow in the dream. Ahoo! Okay, sorry about that. Come on. Work, damn you, work. Thank you. but this seemed mangled intentionally to hurt the ears. Oh my God, I have to do the song. You thought I'd be so sad without you. And thank you for listening.